The jury, and here in the progressive town of Bedford, we can say ladies and gentlemen of the jury, for in this case you will have women representation on your behalf. I believe we've come to the, unless you have any further questions, pressing questions, we've come to the point where we must deliberate and come forth with a verdict. Ms. Borden, will you please wait.
I'm sure that all of the ladies will vote for my acquittal.
On behalf of the District Attorney's Office, we thank you for your service here today, and we are quite impressed with your astute questions and careful consideration in this matter. As to the point of the death of Mr. Andrew Jackson Borden and Miss Lizzie Borden's guilt in it, by a show of hands, who finds her guilty of the murder of Andrew Jackson Borden? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 16. And those who find her to be not guilty. I think clearly we see that she has been found guilty. As to the murder of her stepmother, Miss Abby Borden, how many of you, by a show of hands, find her to be guilty? Approximately the same number and not guilty? Yes, approximately the same. Very well. Miss Borden, you may return.
I still don't like you.
I'm finding today to be a much more enjoyable day than the original.
They didn't.
The state is pleased to announce that construction of the scaffolding on Bedford Common shall begin immediately. You have indeed been found guilty of the murder of both your father and stepmother.
I told you we should have gone to Lexington.
You'll please rise and face the jury.
Oh. Miss Fran Barrett in the back there in the pink. Thank you. You folks know way too much about this case.
We spent 2 hours, we had a 2-hour tour. There was nobody interrupted during the entire time we were there of the house by the present owners. And of course, for them, it's particularly important that you be guilty because the house has very little attraction if you weren't.
Oh, that's terrific.
I also
Wow.
had the pleasure for 6 months, many years ago, being a guest preacher in the Central Congregational Church. And they made a point of showing me the pew that she had sat in. And of course, she left the church as she subsequently.
Well, she didn't want to leave. She really thought she was going to go back to the church, but I guess they kind of parted like the Red Sea when she walked in to go back to church. She thought she was going to go back and be one of the rich Bordens and one of the Bordens on the hill, and that didn't happen. She went back and they almost shunned her, turned their back, got out of the pew. Yeah, isn't that unbelievable? Yeah, who sits in that pew now? The people that...
The church has been turned into a culinary arts school.